Hi, I'm Diane with Quality Sewing and Vacuum. I work in the Tukwila store. Today I'm here to talk to you about Coverhem on your overlock and Coverhem machines. Today we'll be using the Triumph to show you how to do a Coverhem. A Coverhem is that stitch that's often done on your t-shirts or factory done garments, and it usually looks like 2 stitches on the outside and a single cover that covers the edge of your fabric on the inside of your store-bought garments. So we're going to cover that today, and I hope you have some fun. Today I'm going to show you how to use your serger cover lock machine for doing a cover lock stitch. First thing we have to do is open up our machine. And there's lots of little details when you're doing a Coverhem. One of the first things we have to do is we have to dial our upper looper down out of the way because we're going to put a table on in a minute and we don't want that upper looper to hit it. So this is going to keep our looper down. Secondly, we're going to also bring our knife down and into a locked position. We won't be needing our knife when we're doing a Coverhem. I recommend that you use your manual because each one's a little bit different, and there are usually some set instructions for how to set your machine up for a Coverhem. So we're going to get ready to thread our Coverhem machine by turning our dial down to threading here on the Triumph. Then we're going to go through this guide right here, come around the back of this guide, and then come up and through and down to here. After this, on this machine, we're going to turn the machine to threading. I'm going to pull out about 18 inches of thread and put the thread here into my C looper. This is going to be done by air threading, but I need to turn my hand wheel toward me until the machine closes up this channel for the thread to shoot through. Then I simply have to push the button, and you see my thread came all the way out over on this side, which is perfect. That's just what we want for our Coverhem air threading. All right, so that is done. Next, we're going to thread our chain needles. And on the back of this machine is a little spot to thread the chain needles through, and then you come forward, and I'm going through the chain needles 3 and 1. So I'm doing 3 first. So I'm going to slide it into my guide right here. I pulled my thread through here. Now I'm going to go up and around, come back through this last thread guide, and then thread my needle. This machine does have air threaders for its needles, but I'm just going to thread it by hand since most people don't have that option. All right, same thing with the second chain needle, through the guide at the back, down through the front, up and around, into the guide, and then through the needle. One last thing I'm going to do is to remove this cover on the machine, and I simply press on that and this piece pulls out, and then I have a table that I'm going to insert into the same spot, and it just slides in and then flips up, and now I have a little table. I'm going to put the machine back in the serging position from the threading position, and I put on my sewing table. So now we should be ready to do our Coverhem. A piece of fabric here folded up like the hem on a shirt, and I can simply put that under my foot and begin sewing that Coverhem. you'll see that did a nice stitch. I got a few puckers. I guess I was rushing that through just a little bit. I can set my stitch length and the width that I'm going to get on the back here also on the machine if I would like. And of course, if I were doing this on a real shirt, I would probably put a guide here to help me get it right where I want to be. But it does a great job on a Coverhem. All right, the next thing that you can do with your Coverhem machine is to do just what's called a chain stitch. A chain stitch is just a single needle Coverhem, and this can be done for decorative stitching. It can be done for just a strong seam, often on jeans or things like that. And the way you do this is you remove one of your needles. And I can remove the needle just by taking it out. All right, we're not going to be using that thread now. We're just going to be using one. This can be used for seaming, piecing, lots of other things, but it'll just give us a single stitch on the machine. And you'll see that that started to pull out already. That's one of the advantages of this stitch. If you do pull on the looper, it will pull out very easily. So when you finish this stitch, you have to leave some tail and then tie it off and work it back in so that it doesn't just stitch right out. But if you do have to pull it out, it pulls out very easily by pulling on the chain stitch. Now you can use some great decorative threads in the looper. When you do this chain stitch on top of a piece of fabric, you'll see there's no cutting, so you get a beautiful decorative stitch right on the top of your fabric. It's really great for that. Thank you for joining me today in exploring some of the features of your Coverhem machine. If you still have questions, you can call us or come see us at any of our Quality Sewing and Vacuum store locations. You can check out our website, qualitysewing.com. Please also share with us what you've created on your machine. We'd love to see what you've done. Thank you for joining me.